Shravan is a beautiful nakshatra. The most beautiful quality of Shravan is the quality of being a good disciple. There is a difference between a disciple and a student. Once there was a great master and he had become old, and one of his followers asked him, "How did you meet your master?" And the great master said, "I went in search of him, and at the foothills of Himalayas, I found him. And there were many people who used to come to seek his blessings. I went, I saw him, and at that moment I realized that he is my master. But the master didn't pay any attention to me. For the next 2 years, I continued to stay there, and I continued to serve him in some way or the other. I used to sweep the floors. I used to cook the food. I used to do many things that are possible. But he never talked with me. He never looked at me. And then one afternoon, when I was sweeping the floors, for the first time, he looked at me. Just one look, and there was so much love in his eyes. And that one look was enough for me to stay for the next 2 years. And the next 2 years, the same thing happened. Many people used to come, he used to talk with them, but he never used to talk with me. And then again, one evening, as I was seated beneath the tree, he looked at me and he smiled. And that smile was so sweet that it touched my heart. I was totally moved inside out. And that made me stay for the next 2 more years. And the next 2 years, I continued to serve him. And then one night, when I was about to sleep, he came, he kissed on my forehead, and he said, "Beta, it is time. You are ready." That was it. And he said to me that you are ready. It is time for you to live. I couldn't control myself. I started crying. And the master said, "Why you cry? I am with you." And that is how I left the master. The master said, "You don't worry. No matter where you are, I am with you." So this is how it happened. Just 3 times. After first 2 years, he looked at me. After the next 2 years, he looked at me and he gave a smile. And after the next 2 years, he came, he kissed on my forehead, and he said, "You are ready." And if he has said it, then I must be ready. And that is how I started with my journey. The great master, who had become now old, remembered his master, and his eyes became wet. Tears started flowing from his eyes. That is how the love of a disciple is. And that is what the quality that Shravan Nakshatra possesses. No student can wait for 2 years just for one look. No student can wait for 4 years just for one smile. And no student can wait for 6 long years to get the final message. But a disciple can. A disciple can wait for eternity. That is the beauty of being a disciple. And that is the beauty of Shravan Nakshatra. In this video, I will share about Rahu in Shravan Nakshatra. Shravan Nakshatra is beautiful. It has the heart of a disciple, a real disciple. Always remember, it is only when you become a true disciple that one day you can become a true master. It is only when you become a good servant that one day you will become a good leader. That is how nowadays servant leadership is what is being discussed across the board meetings. That a real leader has to be first a good servant. All these qualities are found in Shravan Nakshatra. However, when Rahu comes, then what happens? We will find out in this podcast. So let's begin. Shravan is the good boy of our galaxy. There is so much goodness in this nakshatra that probably one whole book will also not suffice in describing the great knowledge, the great wisdom, and the great qualities that this beautiful nakshatra possesses, the nakshatra of Shravan. Shravan signifies the holy conjunction of moon, whose nakshatra is Shravan, with Saturn, who is the sign lord of Capricorn. Swami Vivekananda had this beautiful conjunction, Moon-Saturn conjunction, Chandra-Shani Yuti, and many enlightened beings also had Saturn-Moon conjunction. Many learned men such as the well-known astrologer B.V. Raman also was born with Saturn-Moon conjunction. Jimmy Carter, Osho Rajneesh, George Clooney were also born with Moon-Saturn conjunction. Shravan Nakshatra contains the essence of the Saturn-Moon conjunction. Saturn-Moon conjunction works wonders when the whole gamut of planets in your birth chart are placed positively in a good suitable sign and cusp. Rahu in Shravan Nakshatra brings some connection with politics or social work. Either the person is inclined towards serving the society or wants to take active participation in politics. The young man Aditya Thackeray has this placement. His Rahu is in Shravan Nakshatra. He is probably the youngest minister in the history of Maharashtra politics. And indeed, he will remain very active in politics for the many years to come, simply because this Rahu placement brings the much shrewdness and a sense of right timing as the person grows. In simple words, Aditya Thackeray will become a seasoned politician by the time he turns 42. In fact, he is born with moon in Capricorn, and on top of that, Rahu and Saturn are also placed in the same sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is a highly political sign. Politics is in their blood. So no doubt he may appear very soft and novice, but he has all that ingredients within him that can make him a successful politician in the days to come. He will lead the Shiv Sena successfully, and there is absolutely no second thought to it. A time will come in India when regional parties will have a major say in the politics of India. Remember my words, for this is going to happen sooner or later. the future of Shiv Sena is indeed in safe hands. Rahu in Shravan is a born politician, and one of the best example of it is the man who ruled over Soviet Russia. His name was Joseph Stalin. By the year 1930, Joseph Stalin became the sole dictator of Soviet Russia. In simple words, everything moved and happened only by the orders of Joseph Stalin. A perfect Rahu in Shravan Nakshatra native. Born in a poor family of a shoemaker. Just imagine, the son of a shoemaker became the ruler of Soviet Russia. That is the power of Rahu in Shravan. Absolute power is what it demands, and it is perfectly aware that power is never given. Power has to be taken. Rahu in Shravan simply signify the intense desire of attaining power, prestige and money. Natives having this placement are good when it comes to making a judgment. Always remember, never hate your enemies. It affects your judgment. Rahu in Shravan Nakshatra is more beneficial for natives born on Pisces ascendant, Scorpio ascendant and Leo ascendant. The US President Andrew Jackson was also born with this placement. He had Rahu in Shravan Nakshatra. He was the 7th President of United States of America. Jackson has been widely revered in the United States as an advocate for democracy and the common man. As mentioned earlier, these men take time to deliberate and strike when the time is right. Striking at any time is not politics. Striking at the right time is politics. One of the significant quote of Andrew Jackson is, "Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action arrives, stop thinking and go in." Ambition is what drives these natives. They are highly ambitious men and women, and it is this ambition that someday also becomes the cause of their depression and downfall. Because ambition is a bottle of poison on which the label says it is pure nectar. Every ambitious person wants to become immortal. He never wants to die. He wants to live forever. During the old times, many kings and queens have had this desire to never die, so that they can continue to attain their ambitious goals. One such fool was Alexander the Great. He was in search to find something which can make him immortal. And when someone as powerful as Alexander is in search, he will definitely find it. He was such a powerful man. He searched, and finally he reached to a cave where some wise man has told him that if you drink the water of that cave, there is a stream in the cave, you will become immortal. You will never die. Alexander must have been foolish. All Alexanders are foolish. Otherwise, he should have asked the wise man whether he had drunk from that stream or not. He didn't ask. He was in such a hurry. And who knows, he may not be able to reach the cave. And before he dies, and so he rushed. He reached to the cave. Inside it, he was very happy. Crystal clear the water was there. He had never seen such a water. And he was going to drink the water when suddenly a crow who was sitting in the cave said, "Stop, don't do it. I have done and I am suffering." Alexander looked at the crow and said, "What are you saying? You have drunk, and what is the suffering?" The crow said, "Now I cannot die, and I want to die. Everything is finished. I have known everything that life can give. I have known love, and I have grown out of it. And I have known success. I was a king of crows, and now I am fed up. I have known everything that can be known, and everybody I knew has died. They have gone back to rest, and I cannot rest. I have tried all efforts to commit suicide, but everything fails. I cannot die because I have drunk from this condemned cave. It is better that nobody knows about it. Before you drink, you meditate on my condition, and then you can drink." It is said, Alexander for the first time thought about it and came back without drinking from that cave and that stream. Always remember, life exists because there exist opposites, contrast, morning and night, life and death, sadness and happiness, man and woman, positive and negative. In fact, electricity also generates when the positive and negative poles are connected. So, death is also a part of life as much as birth is. Life will be simply unbearable if there is no death. Love will be unbearable if there is no opposite to it. If you cannot separate from your beloved, it will be unbearable. The whole thing will become so monotonous, it will create boredom. Life exists with the opposites. That's why it is so interesting. But ambitious man or ambitious woman cannot understand this. Just the way Alexander wasn't able to understand, he understood only when the clever crow enlightened him, made him aware of the many drawbacks of being immortal. The deity of Shravan Nakshatra is Lord Vishnu. In fact, this is the most favorite nakshatra of Lord Vishnu. Now, the most interesting question is, why Jupiter debilitates in Capricorn sign and that too in Shravan Nakshatra? The answer is simple. Jupiter is consciousness, and consciousness never likes ambitious nature. Since the nature of Shravan is being ambitious, Jupiter dislikes to stay in Shravan. As Jupiter loves contentment, and the sign exact opposite to Capricorn Shravan is Cancer Pushya. In Pushya Nakshatra, Jupiter finds his peace. In the abode of Cancer, Jupiter therefore is exalted, while on the ambitious playground or on the race course of Capricorn sign, Jupiter is turned off. The sacred tree to Shravan Nakshatra is the tree of crown flower. The flowers of this tree are offered to Lord Shiva. According to the Shiva Purana, the crown flower is very much liked by Lord Shiva. Therefore, the crown flower and its garland are offered to Lord Shiva for peace, prosperity, and stability in society. The crown flower is also one of the major parts of the 9 astrological trees, that is the Navagraha tree. The blue colored crown flower is indeed the favorite of Lord Shiva. In Thailand, these flowers are used for several festive occasions. These beautiful crown flowers were favored by many royal families across the world since they are considered as a symbol of royalty. While this placement is extremely good for attaining great heights in career, still the native should watch his or her ever expanding ambitions. They need to realize that ambition can destroy their family life, their peace, and can also kill the very possibility of love and romance in their life. Always remember to balance your life. Life is a balance between rest and movement. Lao Tzu says, too much is the only sin. Remember to control your ambitious nature and everything will be just fine. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru.